There are reports now coming out of the Pentagon that reveal the problem the U.S. military has had maintaining force strength is far worse than what has been reported to the mainstream media. And the U.S. Army accidentally just gave up the game. They released a little blurb that has now caused shockwaves to move throughout all of the armed services. Make no mistake, the court-martials are going to start beginning, and they are going to cascade in a way that nobody has predicted. Now, I'm sure a lot of you haven't heard this story because they're keeping it tamped down, but it's going to change the entire face of the military going forward. It'll never be the same again, ever. Now, real quick, before we get into this, once again, as always, biblical values first, gratitude first. Those of you who have joined us over the Florida⁶ Patreon channel, thank you. You are making a huge difference, more so than what you might know. It has truly become a war of its own here on YouTube, but you guys are standing in the gap. You guys are standing in the breach. You're making the difference. It's only $1 a month over there. It's even less if you sign up for an entire year. Fully refundable first 90 days. No questions asked. Florida⁶, money's tight for everyone. What am I getting for my dollar over there? Hundreds of videos. Gloves off. Going back years. Videos that have never been seen on YouTube before. Talking about things that I did in the military. Psychological operations. I was Army intelligence. This is a long, long time ago. And I've tried to use this channel, use this platform, not to manipulate people, but to show people how easy it can be to be manipulated if you're not schooled on the 24 cognitive biases, the 24 logical fallacies. Showing what they are is one thing. Showing examples on how to do it, that's an entirely different thing. And you can go over there, take part in the training for the next 3 months. Middle of November, December, January, could be good until the end of February. By then, if it's still not for you, you can get all 3 of your single dollars back. No questions asked. So I'd love to have you over there. There's a brand new video over there. There is a $5 level. There's a handful of videos over there for those folks. God bless you guys too. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate it. Now, what's the story? Uncle Sam urges those unpoked for the 2020 sniffles to come back to the Army. Well, wait a minute. You see, some people have said, aha, see, they're coming back hat in hand because they know they're wrong. It's more than that. It's more than that. You see, the U.S. Army is having a hard time recruiting. Now it's asking soldiers dismissed for, well, you know what, the pokey poke, to come back. The U.S. Army is telling soldiers that it kicked out erroneously that they can come back. The Army missed its recruiting goal by 25% last year. Army official says Gen Z's distrust in institutions may be causing a recruiting decline. Really? Really? You see, you'd have to know a little bit about the UCMJ, the Uniform Code of Military Justice, to know how big a deal this is. You see, they weren't dismissed for refusing the V. They were dismissed under Article 92. Article 92 of the Uniform Code of Military Justice makes it a crime to disobey a lawful military order. And at that time, and all the way up until last year, vaccine mandate for U.S. military, sorry about that, remained as of January 14, 2022, a lawful order. But all that got rescinded now. So guess what? You can be considered, I'll start over. Article 92 of the Uniform Code of Military Justice makes it a crime to disobey a lawful military order or regulation. You can be considered to be in violation of Article 92 if you intentionally violate or fail to follow an order. This means that you can be guilty under Article 92 for an intentional or negligent act. You see, that's all it says. And this encompasses a wide, broad group of different things that soldiers can do that can get them booted out. for not following what would have been at the time, and all the way up until last year, a lawful order. Here's the problem. And I sourced this. I thought this had to have been, it came out with Newsmax. I'm like, well, I'm going to see if this is really the case. It is the case. Task and Purpose has this. They sent this letter to 1,900 soldiers that, to I think up to now, there was like 8,000 or 9,000 that were gotten rid of, and there's like maybe 18 or 19 that have decided actually. Here it is. October, CNN reported that only 43 of over 8,000 troops across the entire military had been discharged for refusing you know what and showed interest in rejoining. As of 19 September, soldiers returned to act. As of September, 19 soldiers returned to active duty out of 8,000. Out of 8,000. You see, here's the problem that nobody's getting. All those soldiers who didn't want to take part, but did because they were afraid of being kicked out. Think about this for a minute. All of those soldiers that stayed in, that followed what is now clearly an unlawful order, because now they're saying you can come back in, have your record amended, and make it as if it never happened, are going to have grounds for a huge class action lawsuit saying, wait a minute, we were threatened, we were coerced with this negative action being drummed out of the military, loss of income, all sorts of hardship. And so we gave into the coercion, believing that if we didn't give in, we would be guilty of violating an article in there. Well, guess what? Everybody who did is now being brought back in, and they're erasing all of that activity. Next time you see somebody from Generation Z, pat them on the back. Tell them how proud you are of them. 71% 13 to 17-year-olds say they want to pursue careers that probably make them proud. See, think about this. A lot of, especially my Gen X folks out there, when we joined the military back then, there was a lot of benefit to it. A lot of, you do 20 years, you get your retirement, you got health care for free for the rest of your life. You got all these benefits, you get these bonuses, you got guaranteed loans from the bank. All of these different benefits from having been in the military. Well, all of a sudden, they changed the deal, didn't they? They changed the deal. See, now they can't even they get this guy, The Rock, and he's got no hair, and people assume he's been in the military. They're trying to use him to recruit in the military? It's absolutely insane. Gen Z watching Star Wars might have been the best thing they could ever do to understand this idea of altering the deal. What do you mean altering the deal? Well, let me ask you something out there. Anybody out there within the sound of my voice who's in the military right now, either in drill recruiting, whatever. How are you going to tell these kids, if they decide they come back, that the military isn't just going to change their mind back again the other way and say, okay, well, yeah, it was a requirement, and then we kicked you out, and we realized that we need you now, so we need you to come back, and don't worry, you don't have to take that thing. We're not going to make it like, but in the future, we could make it so that you have to take it again, and then if you don't take it, then we'll kick you out again. Ask your recruiter, can you guarantee me that there won't be any kind of a mandate like this again, that I'll never be put through this shame and this heartache and this grief again? Believe me, if it was me, the list I would have. Oh, you want me back? Okay, here's going to be the new rules. Since, pay attention, no longer volunteer army, since you came to me, since you, United States military, you came to me, hat in hand, saying you were wrong, you screwed up, you messed up, you're the one that used poor judgment. Here's the new rules. I'll sign a contract with you 30 days at a time. 30 days at a time. No 2 years, no 4 years. You're going to pay me back pay from the moment you gave me the order, the illegal order, and tried to coerce me into following the illegal order, plus interest. Plus, I'm going to get a meritorious promotion for having suffered under such an indignity, 2 pay grades at least. I choose my MOS. No training on weekends. I'll wear whatever uniform I want to, whatever I'm comfortable with. And then, if I'm satisfied with the training, I may consider a year, 2 years down the road, maybe going to a 60-day contract at a time. But that'll be entirely up to me. And there will be no medical mandates whatsoever of any kind ever again. In fact, any talk of it will immediately void the contract. If that's too much to ask? Is that too much to ask? Okay, no problem. I'll go back to my life. I'll go back to my civilian life that you erroneously put me back into. That's what I would tell them. Oh, and the signing bonus? The signing bonus is going to have lots and lots of zeros. That's just for signing the 30-day piece of paper. So, just saying. I know a lot of people give Gen Z a lot of crap, but this is what they should do. This is a great article from Just Security, wrestling with what is legal and illegal orders in the military. Difference between lawful and unlawful, legal and illegal. What else did we have here? I think that was pretty much it. This is just bizarre. This is bizarre to me. And ask any drill sergeant out there, ask anybody who's ever been, what this is going to do to good order and discipline. It's over. It is absolutely, completely, I hate that when that happens. It's over. Because there's no way now, bringing these people back, that the current force is going to have any faith in leadership. If they wanted to give these guys money or some type of a consideration saying, we wrongfully separated you, I'd be for that. But saying now we want you to come back? Oh, give me a break. How dumb. Screw me once. Shame on you. Screw me twice. Shame on me. I mean, how dumb would you have to be? And believe me, there's going to be court-martials. And this is what I'll leave with. You know what the one thing worse you can do in the military, other than following an illegal order? Give one. They're going to find the people who gave the orders, and they are going to toss them under buses. The one worst thing you can do in the military follow an illegal order is be the one who gave it. Be the one who gave it. And I know a lot of people say, well, it came down from... Yeah. Things roll downhill. Make no mistake. When people do the risk-reward analysis, it's just not going to make sense. It's just not going to make sense because it's going to boil down to Star Wars. It's going to absolutely boil down to Star Wars. Recruiters. Military types. How are you going to convince anybody to sign a piece of paper when the moment after they sign it, you can rip it up and alter the deal just keeping their signature and hold them to their end of it when you don't have to be held to yours? I am altering the deal. Pray I do not alter it any further. This must be the new recruiting slogan for the U.S. military. Seriously, this is what they should put on every recruiting poster. We will alter the deal anytime it suits us, and you better pray we don't alter it any further. I mean, is there anybody out there who can take issue with that? I don't know how you could. So I will leave it there, but not looking good, kids. God bless. Pray for each other. Pray for me. I'll pray for you. Lift each other up. God bless. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.